Michigan, Senator Elissa Slotkin is here. Hey, how you doing? Great to see you again. Oh, we love having you on. Look at that, a standing ovation. All right. Did you get out here okay with the airline situation?
I did. We had a 2 a.m. vote yesterday, and then got on a plane this morning. The Senate
Wow, thank you very much. And the airport was okay?
The airport was good.
Wow.
I saw some of the ICE officers. They were actually moving packages, Amazon packages, when I saw them, but it was moving well. And I think we want, we want TSA paid. So that was the point of the 2 a.m.
Who knew
vote.
ICE was such a Swiss Army knife, right? That they, what can't they do? Was my question.
Well, police our streets the way we want them to be policed.
Well, that's the whole sticking point, right? But what I just mentioned there, it seems like every problem that we used to be able to solve like adults is a hostage situation. Yeah. Does it strike you that way, that everything is like, unless we get everything we want? Because Trump upped the ante here at one point to, okay, I'm not doing this unless you also throw in the trans issue.
Yeah.
Trans?
I think I don't think it takes a genius to understand that we are ill as a country. We're not functioning the way most Americans feel proud of our political system. And it used to be that, you would argue and of course have disagreements, but you get in a room, kick everyone out, just put your head down and get a deal. And that has become, I've been a senator now for a year and change. And that is just not the way it's functioning. And I'm from Michigan. We are a practical people. And 80% of the people that I talk to cannot stand the way politicians are representing themselves right now, period. So.
Well, I see even in the conservative press this week, people who, we have the California Post out here now, so they kind of keeps the liberals honest. And they're usually, got their head way up Trump's ass. Even they are onto this story about irregular trading that's going on. What is your feeling about that? I mean, they're using words like curious in the head. Curious, because like a couple of minutes before Trump makes some pronouncement, people will be trading and making enormous money. This is on the war in Iran and where oil is going.
Yep.
What is your make of this? Do you
I mean, I just dropped a bill yesterday on prediction markets, and that no one in the government, whether you're a career government person or a political appointee like the president and his kids, anybody, no one should be able to place a bet based on insider information they have especially on issues of war and peace. And so what we know from it's just a simple, but just to put it in perspective, you would have people before we went into Venezuela. You had a bunch of people get online anonymously and go onto the prediction markets and say, I bet we're going to have some military action in Venezuela tomorrow, and made a ton of money. Same thing ahead of the Iran war. And these are people we can assume who have insider information that we're launching military operations. Number one, that's insider trading. Number two, it's also a complete operational security risk. If you're the Iranians and you're sitting there and you're like, I noticed there's a bunch of bets coming in for a war tomorrow. It's like, oh shit, I think we're about to have a war. So I think it's like just a bad thing all around.
So what do you do about it? In the past, when Trump has done stuff like this, I'm thinking of the first impeachment over Ukraine, and plainly, it was things he should not have been doing, but that didn't really work. And then they took him to court a number of times when he was out of office. That didn't seem to work. Yeah. Robert Mueller died last week, and somebody wrote a column, and the basic idea was, you guys, you put your energy into these impeachments and court rulings, and that's never going to work. You got to win this at the ballot box. So for something like this, do you take this to the level of impeachment? Do you take this to the courts?
Well, I think we are going to have to grapple with the unbelievable corruption that is coming out of this administration. I mean, the president, just his kids alone, have earned $1 billion since he became president. So we're going to have to grapple with that. But the bigger question for us as Americans is, it turns out a lot of the things we thought were laws we thought were real rules were actually just kind of traditions, right? We had presidents who they would feel ashamed if they got involved in business dealings in the middle of their administration. And there just wasn't real law there. So I think no matter what, whether you're Democrat or Republican, we're going to have to take a hard look at how some of those traditions that were based on good behavior actually need to become law with real teeth,
Good luck getting the Republicans to sign on to that, though.
Well, it'll be interesting. Right now, I mean, a lot of my peers really just salute whatever the president tells them to do. They've sort of ceded their power as a separate branch of government. It's amazing.
Well,
no, it's amazing.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying it's curious to me. I mean, both parties do it to a degree. I feel like there was one viewpoint that came out after he started this war with Iran. I mean, there's one guy, John Fetterman, who I can think of, who has dissented from the Democratic Party line. Is that really the case, that really there's only one person in the whole party who thinks differently? You all miraculously came to the exact same conclusion about Iran?
I think it's different than that because, I'm a former CIA officer. I did 3 tours in Iraq. And so I have no love lost for the Iranian government. I mean, the Iranian leadership, killed friends of mine with rockets and mortars and IEDs. But that's different from just running headlong into a war without being able to articulate your goals and how you're going to get out of it.
See, that's the Democratic talking point I hear all the time, and I don't know if it's true. I think they were planning to say that whether he did it or not, and then he did it, and they just kept saying it, even though they did say many times, okay, we found out that they're very close to the bomb. I mean, that's what came out in the negotiations, that they were bragging that they were weeks away from having enough to make 11 bombs.
Yeah,
It's pretty clear.
But look, I can say very openly, as a national security person, we have for sure degraded their nuclear capabilities, for sure degraded their ballistic missile capabilities. Important things in terms of the Iranian government. But until the Strait of Hormuz is open, you literally just can't say that we've won this war when another country has a veto over what ship goes in and out. So I don't think no,
but it's a month old.
It's a month old, but we're sending in ground troops into that theater.
Ooh, we're not there yet, but yeah.
Well, they're moving into the Middle East.
They're not on the ground yet. Yes.
Okay, but he's announced that they're going. So I think, and I'm not saying he's going to use ground troops, but I'm just saying look, Saddam Hussein was a horrible guy, right? Used chemical weapons on his people, just murderous for years and years and years. So there's no love lost for Saddam Hussein. That doesn't mean that Americans feel great after we got bogged down for years and years and years in the Iraq War. It's not a lot to ask, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, for a plan when we're just coming off of 20 years of being bogged down in wars.
But the difference between Iraq is they were absolutely no threat. We absolutely attacked a country that had nothing to do with 9/11. Just because we had this idea of planting a democracy in the middle of the Middle East.
No, I'm sorry. At the time, it was that they had WMD. Remember, it was they could threaten us. I mean,
it turned out not to be true.
Fair.
They just wanted to do it.
The excuse, right? The reason.
Right. But Iran has been attacking the West for a long time, including the ally that is our most important ally in the world, and that is Israel. It's not NATO.
Again, you're not going to get me to put love on the Iranian government, right? I've seen that all up and close myself. But I don't, again, I just feel like, especially as someone who served 3 tours over in Iraq, it's just not hard. And it is totally fair to ask for a plan and to know that we are better in America when we do shock and awe, hardcore, quickly, rather than get us bogged down long term. We as a nation building is not our strength abroad.
And he would lose me in 2 seconds on this if he started doing that.
Yep.
I don't think he will. I think look, he's the kind of guy who will definitely abandon you. And that might be a good thing in this one. I mean, I don't want to abandon the Iraqi people and the Iranian people. And I wanted to ask you, as a CIA analyst, are you surprised that the uprising hasn't happened yet? And did you think it would? Do you think it might?
I mean, look, my entire life, the Iranian people have been under the thumb of an Ayatollah and not They've had periodic moments where they've really done brave things, but they haven't really pushed it all the way through. The Iranian government has a tight grip on that place. And now we've replaced one Ayatollah with another Ayatollah. So I just think the Iranian people are just kind of waiting to see what happens. I don't think any Middle East specialist would tell you that if we went in, they would automatically just rise up and overthrow their own government. No.
Okay. Well, Israel has a way of surprising you with stuff they're doing behind the scenes. We'll see, if any pages blow up.
In the meantime, though, I mean, I have to say, one of the last things I saw when I left Michigan a week ago was a 90-minute line outside of Costco for gas, right? I mean, the American people are feeling the impacts of this war many, many miles away. And that's a very real thing for people.
I mean, the Democrats could have a whole good slogan about, hey, you're getting rich from the war and we're paying more at the pump.
Yeah, I mean,
that would work, wouldn't it?
Well, you know.
That's how I know you won't do it.
Because it's simple and easy and concrete. You're not going to get me to defend Democratic messaging. That's not going to be ever something that I'm going to defend. That's part of the problem and why we lost the last election, and we can have a whole autopsy about that. I think for me, what is important going forward, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, is like the American people, they're telling us something. They want something different out of their government. They want some alpha energy from their leaders. And they certainly, whether you agree with them or not, are getting that from some of the Republicans. And my plea to my own party is like, can we have a little bit more alpha energy, punch and believe in what we believe in and show people that we give a shit and be simple about addressing the needs that they care about the most. And that has been a struggle. And I'm here to be a part of that change.
You could run for president for me on that one. Thank you very much.